The opinions expressed by the host and guest on this program are solely their own and do not represent the views or opinions of Blind United. We strive to provide diverse perspectives and discussions on our platform, but the opinions expressed should be understood as personal viewpoints and not reflective of Blind United as an organization.
It's time. It's time for
coffee time.
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 And here is your coffee time crew.
Well, good Monday morning, everyone. I hope everyone is having a magnificent Monday thus far. And again, welcome to Coffee Time with Blind United. So I got Carol and Pedro with me this morning. How's the crew doing this morning?
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm doing good. How about you all?
We're doing good. I'm doing good. I have my coffee. I think I need a second cup. I ain't gonna lie about that one. But happy Monday morning.
Well, you know the routine. We drink 3 cups.
Right? In an hour.
So anyway, right quick, there are no interest groups tonight. So, again, as I always say, don't look at it as a disappointment. Look at it as an opportunity. You know, if you got an idea for an interest group that you might want to start up, there's a time slot for you. The second Monday of every month is totally empty, so you can slide right on in there. So anyway, hopefully you guys will do that, and like I said, just come on in, join the community, and, start having fun with folks in the community, networking and all that kind of good stuff we've been talking about. So anyway, we got a few informative articles for you today. So we're going to jump into it. This first one is about, navigating a web page. So, a lot of people have trouble navigating web pages with their screen readers and stuff. And this article is just going to offer you a few tips and tricks on how to successfully navigate a web page and get the most out of your experience and the most information. So anyway, check this one out, and we'll be right back with you on the other side.
Hey Blind United crew, grab your first cup as the Coffee Time crew gets into this first article. Essential Screen Reader Navigation. In today's digital-first world, the internet is not just a source of information, it's a fundamental space for connection, commerce, and career building. For the blind and visually impaired community, a screen reader is the key that unlocks this world, but true mastery goes beyond just listening to text. Learning to navigate the web efficiently with a screen reader transforms the experience from a passive crawl into an empowered, high-speed exploration. It's about working smarter, not just harder, to find the information you need with confidence and precision. The foundation of efficient web navigation lies in understanding and utilizing keyboard shortcuts for structure. Instead of listening to a web page from top to bottom, you can use single-letter hotkeys to jump between elements. Pressing H will move you through headings, allowing you to quickly scan the structure of an article or page, much like a sighted person schemes headlines. The L key jumps through lists, T through tables, and B through buttons. One of the most powerful tools is the F key, which moves between form fields, making the process of filling out applications or online shopping carts significantly faster. Mastering these commands is the first step toward taking control of your browse experience. Beyond basic hotkeys, a deeper understanding of web page structure is crucial. Most well-designed websites use landmarks, which are designated regions like main, navigation, banner, and search. Screen readers can list these landmarks, allowing you to jump directly to the main content of an article, bypassing repetitive headers and menus. This technique saves an immense amount of time and reduces listening fatigue. Learning to use your screen reader's element list, often called the rotor on VoiceOver or the elements list in JAWS, to see all headings, links, or form controls at a glance gives you a bird's eye view of the page, empowering you to go directly to what you need. Ultimately, These techniques are about more than just speed. They are about independence and reducing the cognitive load required to access digital information. By investing a little time in learning these navigation strategies, you are equipping yourself with the skills to participate more fully and efficiently in the digital world. They paint a picture of a future where our devices are more integrated, more connected, and potentially more accessible than ever before. What are your thoughts on this? We'd love to hear them. Now back to the Coffee Time crew for their thoughts.
Well, I mean, I hope that was helpful to some folks. Not everybody knows how to use all of those, techniques to navigate a website. I mean, I know some people just still to this day open a website and then start arrowing down and arrow their way all the way through the next page, or get, to the bottom and then go back to the top and, click on, a link that takes them to another page on the website or whatever. But, and again, just so folks understand, for those that may be new to using, screen readers like JAWS or whatever, particularly in JAWS. I mean, it has well over 300 different commands that you can use within JAWS to do things within, your computer, right? And ain't nobody getting ready to remember all those commands. It's just not going to happen. I mean, my understanding is that the average JAWS user uses between 30 and 50 different commands on a regular basis, depending on how deep you're into, doing things on your computer. So, don't stress if you can't, remember all of that at one time. Again, Freedom Scientific, Despero, they offer a lot of different stuff on their website, as well as within your JAWS. You can actually go into your JAWS context menu and get a copy of get a list of all of the various commands and what they do and so on and so forth. So, plus, I mean, there's other little features like what is that? The layered command, insert spacebar F1 will actually bring up the an assistant where you can actually just type in, give me the command to do such and such, so and so, and it'll pretty much give it right to you. So there's a lot of helpful stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline for, using JAWS and stuff like that, especially when it comes to, working with AI and all that kind of stuff now. So, again, just trying to help out for those that, and again, you can always, send us an email at info@blindunited.org. You can always drop into our, JAWS class, the first and third Tuesday of every month. And again, we can help you out with that kind of stuff. So, you see what you're in store for, Carol, as soon as you
I
get your
do.
computer?
It sounds like I am in store for a lot of retainment of memory. So I probably need to get me some Ginkgo, some type of vitamin to make sure that my brain retains it all. But I'm excited about it. The only screen reader that I basically use, VoiceOver or anything pertaining to my phone. As far as searching the web, I've gotten lazy, so I'll ask the S lady to look this up, and then I'm one of those that I just scroll through. I guess the FH or FL or whatever, maybe those are JAWS commands. I don't think that it's something that I could do on my phone other than scroll down.
No.
But again, that means if I'm wondering about that, just come into the introduction to the iPhone, and I can learn it there because it's such an open platform to where if there's not a specific discussion for that particular class, the questions can be asked, and I can get the answers that I need from there. So it's just something that Blind United offers for free. And
So,
those classes, you can get information about it, www.blindinterestgroups. I'm saying it all wrong. Help me out here, but
www.blindunited.org is where our website is. You can get all the groups right there. But
Yeah.
just so you know, Kel, yes, you can navigate your phone that way, but the difference is you got to interact with your rotor so you can set it to navigate by headings or links or whatever, right?
Okay.
Where with the JAWS screen reader, you just use a simple key command to do the same
Ah,
thing. So,
gotcha. Because I do have the rotor and I access it a lot on the phone, but I must admit, there's some things that, are not on there that I could add, that could help me, navigate the phone as well.
exactly.
So, just having that option, another tool to make me get through some of these platforms a little more quickly and learn how to do a whole lot more based on just being able to navigate it is always helpful. So,
Well,
I know it will only improve.
that's the goal to make sure everybody can navigate their devices to the best, and because the better you can navigate it, the more independence you got. So, anyway,
Hmm.
what you got, my brother?
Yeah, the more you know how to navigate, the better you could get around. For iOS, yeah, Ed is correct. You could use the rotor for headings, links, visited links, text fields, search fields, form fields. You could add vertical navigation. You could add uh screen navigation on there. The alternative of screen recognition is another good one that I use sometimes. Sometimes there's applications that are not accessible or just say button, or it's just a blank screen. I know it's not a blank screen, but for voiceover, it is. It doesn't focus on none of the fields, none of the items, or anything like that, none of the elements. So sometimes that screen recognition, having it on my rotor. But if you're a beginner, I suggest to keep this off your rotor. I have people turn it on, and Apple Accessibility couldn't even find out what was wrong until they called me, and I figured it out in 2 minutes. But that aside, um, having these tools on your rotor, able to navigate by character, word, even by line or even paragraph, if you know these commands, can make your whole experience on the web site so much easier. You could navigate by buttons as well if you have it activated. So when you're, let's say, on the YouTube app, and there, you want to push play or pause, those are buttons. You can navigate on your rotor to buttons, swipe up and down, and boom boom, land there. But knowing these tools enables you to be more independent. um I know with JAWS and having a keyboard, it's way more easier, more intuitive to some people once they know the layout of the keyboard. So if you have a phone and you get like a magic keyboard or a keyboard that's made for like a Mac with the command button and all that, you can take those basic voiceover commands that are on the Mac and use them on your phone as well, you know, because having a keyboard gives you the freedom and the the ability to touch these keys and know what command you want. You don't have to scroll around the screen and stuff like that. So it can make things so much easier, for some people that might have problems with using the rotor or rotating their fingers, because within those keyboards there's a shortcut to move the rotor to navigate by character and stuff like that. So,
So
you know,
basically, you got two different versions here. We're talking about again
mm-hmm.
voiceover on your iOS,
And
and we
Jaws.
got JAWS on your Windows.
Mm-hmm.
And we still ain't talked about an NVDA or narrator. Again, by the way, George popped in and says good morning, and great article about using navigating screen readers. So, I mean, it is important. I mean, again, this is what we try to do. We want to try to teach everybody to navigate their device to the best, you know, so that they can be productive and get the information that they're looking for and all of these various things, right? So again, it is possible. It just takes a little, due diligence and learning how to, whether it's manipulate the iPhone and the rotor and and all that kind of stuff, or whether it's on Windows and learning the various key key commands, keystrokes to do the same thing. It
Mm-hmm.
can be done. It's just again, you gotta be willing to learn, right? And then once you learn and understand it, it becomes muscle memory. You just from that point on, you just now, okay, well, look, I'm looking for this, so let me do this command. I'm gonna go right to what I'm looking for. Like I said, navigating by headings. I love headings. I really, really do.
Mm-hmm.
They help me out a lot.
Mm.
So I mean, again, they can move you right down the web page. A lot of times, the stuff that you're looking for is marked with a header. So, again, and then there's different layers of ever because you might go into a level one header, and then there's a separate headings in there that might be level two, level three, level four.
Mm-hmm.
So learning how to master navigating that way, it can really, really help you out a lot. So again, just take some time, man, and get with it. I mean, again, we are offering all of these trainings and stuff like that for free. But at the same time, we can teach you as well how to go into your, when I'm talking about Windows, we can teach you how to go into your context menu and get the training and get the list of commands and all this other kind of stuff. It's all right there. When you got free time on your hands, you just open it up and, okay, look, I need to learn how to do this today. You know what I'm saying? And boom, you get that lesson down. And next time you got some free time, you go in and do another lesson and learn how to do that part today, that day, or whatever. It's just, you got to remember this stuff is going to be constantly evolving. So, I mean, the longer you take to get with the program, the more behind the curve you're going to be, right? So, it's better to stay up to date and, understanding that, the new, stuff that comes out within the updates and stuff like that. I mean, we're getting ready to have y'all's 2026 coming out. So, I mean, and my understanding is supposed to have some newer AI features within it. So, again, you
Mm.
just got to stay with this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay with it. You got to stay on it. Because if you don't, like I said, you're going to get left behind and then you're going to feel, oh, well, I can't do anything, all that other kind of stuff. No, you can do it. You're just not willing to put in the time to learn how to do it. You
Right.
know, that's the key right there. You got to be willing to learn how to do it. Otherwise, you're just going to be codependent on somebody else to do these things for you for the rest of your life. I choose to be as independent as I can possibly be. So, but there are times I still got to call on Pedro. I got to call on George. I got to call on Corinne. I got to call on Andy. Again, I'm not the smartest, the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I got Ginsus all around me, and that's what I do. I call them when I'm having issues, right? Because I'm an old man. I mean, I'm just learning what I need to learn just in order to be able to do what I'm doing at the time. I mean, but as this stuff, I realized that no, all that old saying about teaching the old dog new tricks, you need to pack that up and throw it in the garbage because if you ain't willing to learn something new, you're never going to keep advancing with the technology as it advances. So just
Mm-hmm.
keep that in mind as we move forward with this
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah,
It
yeah. Look
makes
at it as
sense.
your health. Look, you always want to advance on your health. You want to advance on your learning. Learning is a life process.
It
Anybody that
is,
says
especially for
that,
the visually impaired community. We have to try to stay up because it's our only avenue. So I mean, I wouldn't understand why you wouldn't want to stay abreast and up on everything that's out there because our community especially needs to know how to navigate and be able to, because sometimes people are just not going to be there visually and you can't just sit around and wait for them to show up. You've got to learn how to do it and you're going to make some mistakes. That's part of it. I'm
well,
sure that the best teachers still make mistakes because it's still evolving. There's something new, but they can share their experience and we can learn. I'm trying to get up there and I'm going to get up there. It's just taking me a little longer, but I'm going to learn it all. I'm going to try to be a sponge and soak it up because it's the only way
well,
that I can get through.
well, like I said, I mean, anybody that says, oh no, I done learned everything I care to learn, you're being ignorant again because as Pedro said, I mean, again, I'm 67 years old at this point, and again, am I 67, 68? I
Hmm.
must be getting senile because I'm forgetting.
I
Uh,
think
Well, it's not
I'm
mattering to
68.
you.
you
Yeah,
just
I'm
had a
Look,
68.
birthday. I
Ed,
think you
it
said 68. Yeah.
Yeah,
look, it's not mattering to you because you're learning and learning. You're like you're not counting the age now. You're like you keep progressing. You know what I mean?
Right.
right.
And I think that keeps you young more than keeps you doing more.
Well, I mean, again, because also with being part of Blind United and all this kind of stuff. I mean, I got to stay with it. I got to be productive. I got to do everything I can to try to make this organization grow. So again, that doesn't mean I get to sit back in a corner and just let somebody else do it for me, right? I
Right.
gotta do it. I gotta do it. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. So, and I advise everybody else to do the same. I mean, don't have to get into it as deep as I am trying to run a nonprofit, but again, you still need to know how to do this kind of stuff. So anyway, we're
Right.
gonna jump into a couple more promos, and then we're gonna get into our next article. So hold on, we'll be right back.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United. Blind United.
Have you ever wondered what it's really like to be blind? Ever wanted to ask questions but held back, afraid of offending? Blind United invites you to replace that fear with fun, learning and connection at our 4th annual walk. A mile in my shoes challenge. Join us Saturday, October 11th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Wayfinder Family Services, 50 Angeles, Vista Boulevard, Los Angeles. Experience everyday tax blindfolded, like pouring a cup of water. Try assistive technology like screen reader computers and iPhones. Get a hands-on braille lesson and discover how independence is built every day. Smile, laugh, and learn alongside the blind community. No pressure, just pleasure. Help us build bridges, close gaps, and make connections. Walk a mile in my shoes and see the world in a whole new way.
Great job, Pedro. Great job with that
Wonderful, Pedro.
Yeah, so that is us basically announcing that our 4th annual Walk a Mile challenge event is coming up in October on the 11th, and everybody's welcome, especially if you're here in Southern California. We will be getting a registration form out really, really soon. And also, right now, we have to limit uh, our capacity to 200 people. So, bottom line, we can guarantee that the first 200 people will get their swag bags, whatever it is that we're going to be passing out, and then, with their meal as well. But again, hey, beyond that, you might need to stop at McDonald's on the way. I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get down the road. But anyway, this next article, we kind of touched on this a bit previously, smart home technology and stuff. I mean, in the previous article, we were talking about a singular hub that could connect all of these various devices together. But this article here is just basically showing you how these devices, individually could help you out until we get to that point where we got a single hub. So anyway, check this out and we'll talk about it on the other side.
Hey, Blind United crew, grab your next cup as the Coffee Time crew gets into this second article. Independence through automation. The concept of a smart home has often been marketed as a luxury, a way to add convenience for the tech-savvy. However, for the blind and visually impaired community, smart home technology is not a novelty. It is a powerful catalyst for independence. By using voice commands to control our environment, we can perform dozens of daily tasks with greater ease, safety, and confidence. From adjusting the thermostat to starting the coffee maker, these devices are transforming our homes into more accessible and responsive spaces, proving that true innovation is that which empowers everyone. At the heart of the accessible smart home are voice assistants like Amazon's Alexa and Google Assistant. These devices serve as a central hub, allowing you to control a wide range of connected gadgets using only your voice. Imagine waking up and, without getting out of bed, asking your speaker to turn on the lights, read you the day's weather forecast, and start playing your favorite morning news podcast. This level of control extends throughout the home. Smart plugs can make any standard appliance smart. Plug a fan, a lamp, or a coffee pot into a smart plug, and you can turn it on or off with a simple voice command, eliminating the need to find small switches or navigate around furniture. The benefits extend far beyond convenience, significantly enhancing safety and personal management. Smart thermostats allow you to adjust the temperature without needing to read a small, non-tactile screen. Smart locks can be programmed to automatically lock at a certain time or can be checked with a voice command, providing peace of mind that your home is secure. For those with a complex medication schedule, reminders can be set to announce themselves throughout the house, ensuring a dose is never missed. You can even use voice commands to create shopping lists as you notice items are running low, which are then sent directly to your phone for easy access at the store. Building a smart home doesn't have to be an expensive or complicated overhaul. Starting with a single smart speaker and a few smart plugs can open up a world of possibilities. Each device added is another task made simpler, another barrier removed. This technology empowers us to manage our own environments with an unprecedented level of granular control. They paint a picture of a future where our devices are more integrated, more connected, and potentially more accessible than ever before. What are your thoughts on this? We'd love to hear them. Now back to the Coffee Time crew for their thoughts.
I think back to when I got my first Echo. I was just amazed at what it could do. Again, I didn't get into all of the smart home technology and all that kind of stuff. I'm still not into a lot of that, but just having a device that I can just sit here and ask it questions, I can play my music, I can get information about locations of different things. I can check the weather. I mean, there's just so much stuff you can do with these smart devices. So, I'm getting ready to revamp and redo everything and try to get, more actual device, appliances, I should say, that I can connect to my Echo. And then therefore now I can, navigate, or control my air fryer or whatever, through my Echo device, so just different stuff like that, so again, it's a great thing to have. And if you got the opportunity to get you, whether it be the Echo or the Google or the Apple's got one too. So again, any of these devices, I mean, of course, you're going to be at this time, you're going to be kind of limited to, what's ever in that. I don't know what we want to call it. That
The
within
hub.
Ecosystem.
yeah, that ecosystem. The
Mm.
Apple ecosystem, the Google ecosystem, the Echo ecosystem. ecosystem. So until we get that other thing we talked about last week, and that it was one main hub that can connect all of those devices together. But again, it's a great thing to have. It just makes things a lot easier. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, hey, if you ain't got one, now's the time to get into one. That way you can get with it before the new stuff comes out, and that way you're not, behind the curve. You're already there, right? So, I don't know how much smart device stuff you got around your house, Carol.
None. The only smart device I have is my phone. Well, no, I take that back. Yeah, my phone has applications, but uh, yeah, I guess it's just my phone.
You
All of
don't have a
those,
you don't have an Echo.
no, I don't have an Echo. I don't have
Well, you know what an Echo is. It's an A lady.
right. I don't have one of
Okay,
those.
okay.
Mm-mm.
Oh
No.
wow.
So Uh, it might be a great suggestion for someone to give me for my birthday, which is December the 23rd, and or Christmas gift on the 25th. I'm just saying.
Yes, it, Davis.
I don't have any of that. No, and I'm teasing everyone. I don't have it, but if you want to donate to Carol for Christmas or her birthday, but no, I think that it's in my future, all of that, because you know, my biggest issue right now is just security. All of these smart devices, but I do not know a security system where you can touch the panel and it talks to you, other than arm stay, arm away, disarm. I have to get a key fob, just in case my phone ran down, because I use AI devices out, and in case the battery went down, I could still get in my house, and I can do that with a key fob. Um, and press a panic button if for some reason something happens and I need to ring the alarm. But they behind on it, all of them. The screens do not talk to you.
Mm,
It's not friendly like that to us.
Yeah.
And that's something I would like for the security companies to do. But once you get the smart device, like you all were saying, you could possibly connect all of that together and then be able to utilize it that way.
Well, I mean, my alarm system. I got an app on my phone, Carol. I can do all of that through the app on my phone.
Yeah.
All of that. I can arm it. I can disarm it.
Right.
You
That's
know,
what I do on my phone.
I can look through it. I can see, which windows or doors are
no,
still open. All
Yes,
different
I
kind of
can
stuff.
per
too.
se now it's now with that, you guys probably can make shortcuts, or they might have already serious shortcuts for your smart devices like your alarm and stuff like that. It just may take some looking into. But yes, these smart assistants are pretty useful. I had smart plugs. I had them connected to a coffee pot. Every time I woke up, boom, the coffee pot would start, or lights. But us as blind individuals, sometimes we don't use the lights, but it's nice to just say, hey lady, turn on the lamps in the living room, and boom, all the lamps turn on when your family's here. Or hey lady, can good night, and she could turn off all your lamps, lock your doors, turn on your porch lamp and all that. You could tell her, turn on my chandelier, turn on my fan, turn on my overhead fan, you know so these smart devices are getting smarter. You have ones that you could tell it, fry my steak on my air fryer, turn on air fryer, start broil. You have ones that you could say, start microwave 30 seconds, 1 minute. Like, these devices are coming, and us as a blind community should be glad that they're coming, because we had these devices in a way, not with the smart, but that talk, but we had them at a premium price, extra, double the price at sometimes, and sometimes even 3 times the normal price of a microwave.
Right.
Yeah. And it's a small one. It's not even a
Yeah, it's
large
not
one.
even the big one. And
Hmm.
Well, not only that, it don't necessarily have the power that the bigger ones have either. So,
yes,
what
Right.
where it might take 1 minute on a bigger, higher wattage microwave, it might take 2 to 3 minutes on the one that has speech attached to it. You know what I'm saying? So again,
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, again, all of that kind of stuff is, we're advancing, advancing, advancing. We're getting away from these, uh, uh, propor, pri, 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 proprietary whatever devices. You know what I'm saying? And we're getting into more stuff that is more, as the articles keep saying, into a world where all devices are connected. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that'd be
So
nice. That'd be nice.
Yeah,
You know,
I
because
can't wait.
we're like in the threshold. We already have the devices that are connected and giving us information, like the smart humidifiers. We have the smart thermostat or the A Lady hub that already has like an inside temperature sensor. It could even have a humidity sensor depending on which devices you have. A air purifiers that let you know when to change and stuff like that, or those air purifiers that have the oil that you put in it. They can even warn
Mm.
you when it's empty. And like, you have so much different things that a central hub could take advantage. And if we have a universal central hub, you could get to pick the ones you want. Even
Ooh
an
wee.
accessibility company can build one that just talks at affordable price. But we know that will be in a perfect world. But the
right,
more
right,
Right.
competition,
right.
the better. Though the cheaper the products will be.
Well, and again, as we try to, say and want people to recognize, just like with our Meta Ray Bans, they weren't created for us, right? So
Hmm.
again, a lot of this stuff is not necessarily being created just for us. It's actually being created for convenience, right? It just so happens that along with that convenience, it gives, hopefully with our, our apps and so on and the smart devices and stuff like that, it just gives us a greater access to these devices.
Hmm.
So, I mean, again, it's all a plus. It's
Yeah.
definitely all a plus. I don't want him to say anything to me later on. George popped in the comments when we was talking about screen readers. Don't forget about Android TalkBack.
Oh
Yeah, it's
Lord.
there. It's there. It's just with that, just like how we have, they're gonna have a universal hub system, but like a protocol. They need one for screen readers across all devices, especially touch devices,
Hmm.
Right. We
especially
need to have
touch
Hmm.
a single uniform set of finger
basic.
commands
That's
Yeah,
right.
that we can use regardless of what touch device we are using. So
that'd be
hopefully
a
that's
nice
coming
one.
down the pipeline somewhere too. So hey, well, we're gonna hope for it, right? I mean, again,
Right.
here we are. We're getting greedy, Pedro. I mean, a lot of this stuff we didn't have 10 years ago, and now look at what we
No,
got
We
now.
no.
expect it now. We expect it.
Well, now we have a greater way to push, why we need that and why they should go to that. You know what I mean? Devices are uniting these protocols, even the Internet of Devices, getting new types of protocol. The Wi-Fi 6 protocol is coming out, Wi-Fi 7 protocol is barely rolling out. And so, why not advance these technologies in accessibility in disability? Why not
Right.
make them universal and basic
Yeah.
Well, and
for
Make
again,
them all inclusive,
and again, just so people understand, you just heard about our Walk a Mile event. We're gonna have microwaves there, but they're not gonna be the smart ones. Okay. Because again, we're trying to show you why we need the smart ones.
Hmm.
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 Okay, so how can we, again, it's better for us to bring just a regular flat, touchpad and put them blindfolds on you and say, okay, now, set it for 2 minutes, 1 minute,
No,
make some popcorn,
find
whatever.
find a go button.
Yeah,
Yeah.
start.
Start. Start.
Start,
Yeah.
yeah, the
Start
start
it.
button. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Now you
Ooh-wee.
to change the timer. Wait a minute. Clear. Hit the clear button.
All of that. So,
Where
Oh
is
my
it?
God, they're gonna have a trip.
I mean, that's the whole goal of this thing, to have fun with it. We're exposing you to our world, but we're not doing it to degrade you or shame you. We're
Hmm.
doing it to have fun and educate you.
And open your eyes.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got eyes, use them. Look, see what.
Use.
I wish I
Whoa,
could.
whoa, whoa! No, no. Let's give them a different advice. You got eyes. Well, close them and fill with your fingers.
Well, I
You
mean,
get the experience.
again, learn how to use your other senses.
Right.
Okay, because that's what we're doing at this point. We can't see it, so now we got to hear it or feel it or something, right? So
Or
again, that's
taste it.
what we're trying to show everybody how how we. I mean, people are amazed that we are as independent as we are, even before we, and like I say, in the last few years, right? But again, people all the time. I mean, I know I get it. Pedro get it. I'm pretty sure you get it, Pedro. Almost everybody I know that
I get it.
runs into somebody that is unaware, right? They,
Mhm.
oh man, I don't know how you do that. I mean, how you pick out your clothes, how how you get dressed, how do you wash your own ass, all of these various things, you know.
Nah. Hey, Ed. I don't think they take a mirror and put it back there. I wonder how they do it too.
Right. Right.
Exactly. I mean, some of this is just common sense, but
Mhm.
again, when you
No,
when
this
you
is the one I love the best. So you can hear better now that you can't see. My ears are the same as they were when I was born.
Hey,
I'm
hey,
just
right,
using
right.
them more now.
hey, what
No,
about
well,
this
no,
one?
you're using them more efficiently.
Hey, what
Right.
about this one?
Right.
How do
Right.
you have sex? And I'm like the same like you with the lights
Uh,
off.
right,
In the
right.
dark.
So
In the
bottom
dark.
line, at the Walk a Mile event, we will have, an area where you can just come in and ask any of these
Mhm.
questions you want to ask. We'll answer them for you. We're not scared to answer them for you. I mean, now we're going to have fun with it because when you ask me something stupid, I'm going to give you a stupid answer, so
Uh,
just know we're going to have fun with it. So anyway, we are past that segment. We're going to do a couple more promos and then we're going to get into our last article of the day. Did you know Blind United offers free training in assistive technology? We call them interest groups. We offer training in JAWS, NVDA, iPhone, iPad, as well as Meta Ray-Bans. We also have groups like support group, cooking groups, and crafting groups. There are also groups for entertainment like movie night and RS game night. For more information about all the interest groups that we offer, just email us at info@blindunited.org or visit our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Group. We would love to have you be part of the Blind United crew.
Hey, coffee time crew, we got something new. Support the mission and look fresh too. Fresh rock that blue with the logo in white. Blind United shirts, yeah, they feeling right. Just 20 dough hand and you're part of the cause. Helping blind folks level up, no pause calls. From Jaws with Andy to Hall Ace Tips. Support group love and crochet kits. Movie nights roll and the vibes are lit. Every shirt you buy helps all of it. So cop that tee, be proud to wear. You're lifting up lives with every pair. Email us now, don't let it slide. Info@Blind United or join the pride.
Hey, again, like we say, these T-shirts are going a long way to try to help everything the Blind United is doing. I mean, again, hey, maybe you don't like wearing T-shirts or whatever. Guess what? We'll still accept your donation. I mean, whatever it is, 5, 10, 20, 100, 5,000, whatever you want to donate, we're down, please. And you can send that donation the same way you pay for that T-shirt. You can go to our website and donate through our Stripe donation there, or you can Zelle it to blindunited2022@gmail.com. So anyway, we could use your help. We really could. So anyway, we're going to jump into this last article, which is a accessible resume. A lot of people didn't think about this when they was creating their resumes, and So anyway, let's check this out, and we'll talk about it on the backside.
Hey Blind United crew, grab your last cup as the Coffee Time crew gets into this third article. The accessible resume. In the competitive job market, your resume is your first impression, a critical document that opens the door to opportunity. For job seekers who are blind or visually impaired, crafting an effective resume involves a dual strategy. Not only must it compellingly showcase your skills and experience, but it must also be created with accessibility in mind. This means ensuring it can be flawlessly read by the automated applicant tracking systems, or ATS, that most companies use today, while also being perfectly formatted for any human reader, whether they use a screen reader or not. An accessible resume is a hallmark of professionalism and attention to detail. First, let's focus on the technical structure. The golden rule of an accessible resume is to keep it simple and clean. Use standard, easy-to-read fonts like Arial, Calibri, or Times New Roman. Avoid complex layouts with columns, tables, or text boxes, as these can confuse both screen readers and ATS software, causing your information to be jumbled or missed entirely. Use built-in formatting tools for lists and headings. A proper heading structure, H1 for your name, H2 for sections like experience and education, creates a clear hierarchy that allows a screen reader user or an automated system to navigate the document logically and efficiently. When you save your document, a tagged PDF is often the most accessible format, as it preserves this structure. Next, consider the content itself. Your resume is a place to highlight your strengths, and the skills you've developed as a person with a visual impairment can be powerful assets. You can showcase your proficiency with assistive technologies like JAWS, NVIDIA, or VoiceOver under your technical skills section. This demonstrates not only your ability to work efficiently, but also your expertise in a specialized area of technology. Frame your experiences to emphasize skills that are often highly developed in blind individuals, such as advanced listening skills, problem solving, and resilience. Instead of viewing your visual impairment as something to hide, you can subtly frame the skills gained from it as a competitive advantage. Ultimately, an accessible resume is about removing barriers before they are even encountered. By ensuring your resume is technically sound and thoughtfully written, you present yourself as a capable, detail-oriented professional who understands the principles of universal design. You are taking control of your narrative and ensuring that your qualifications are what shine through. They paint a picture of a future where our devices are more integrated, more connected, and potentially more accessible than ever before. What are your thoughts on this? We'd love to hear them. Now back to the Coffee Time crew for their thoughts.
Well, myself personally, I'm so old, I never had to do a resume. I mean, again, my day, we just, went to the job, and hey, you hiring, and fill out an application and wait on an interview, right? But I do understand the need to create professional documents. And in today's world, like you say, resumes are definitely one of them, especially when you're seeking employment. I mean, some people don't even realize that, when you do these things and you upload them into certain, websites or whatever, again, it's an automated system that's going to have the first look at your resume. But if it is quality and all of that stuff, the important information is there in place and easy to recognize, then that's automated system is now going to flag it for somebody from human resources to review it, right? So now, guess what? You just moved yourselves to the next level. You got a better chance of being considered. Getting an interview. And so on and so forth. So again, creating accessible documents that are professional is very, very important, and resumes are just one of those types of documents. So anyway, that's what I got. What you thinking about on this, Carol? I mean, I don't know if you still thinking about looking for jobs or whatever, but again, it does have a lot to do with just professional documents in general.
That is true. And, I came up too in the era where you didn't have to have a resume. You just filled out the application and that was your worth. But I did create a resume, to have on file once they became more popular. And what I did learn, even though I've had 3 jobs in my lifetime, I just some people have had several, and a lot of them, just depending on whatever job it was, they didn't place the ones that didn't really apply to that job on there, so they didn't give all their information, but that was just the way that they were filling out their resume. I think it's really important. Now I don't plan on going back to work unless somebody want to pay me under the table. But I'm not trying to mess up my income. I'm comfortable. And just being honest is my opinion. But that's just being real because of just the way the world is and the way they think you make too much and you can't have this, you can't have that. So for me, that would be my only option. But creating a resume, for those who are, whether it's in college and want to, get out into a work environment, being able to know how to utilize it in the best way possible to sell yourself based on not your disability, but just your ability to do the job is important, and being able to find out how to phrase that on paper to sell yourself is a plus. So, yeah, this is good.
Well, just to be clear, I mean, you can work on certain things, with different types of support assistance. You just got to pay attention to the rules. Like you say, you can only make so much here.
Right.
You can, and so on and so forth. But again, there are allowances in there, but anyway, again, it's all about that professional looking document. So anyway, I know you've been doing a lot of resumes, Pedro. So what do you think about this?
Yeah, having a good resume is always is the best thing to have. Having a visual appealing resume. I've gone through several. Right now I've been going through some agency that's been helping me, and I've been looking at how they've been doing it, so I could get some tips on better structuring mines when I need to create another one. And yeah, you do need to make it in a PDF. And if you think about accessibility and all that, when you get your resume and you convert it to PDF, you will be able to go back and read it as a PDF document, you know? Sometimes we have these PDF files that are not accessible. They're just blank to our screen readers, and having an accessible document like that and you're able to review it yourself later, even when it's a PDF, even that's a plus. Sometimes our visual folks do not know that sometimes there's an extra step to make it accessible. You might have to click a box, you might have to do a scan, and some of these programs automatically do it accessible, like Word and stuff like that. So, having these documents accessible are the best thing, especially resumes. But we have more than just resumes and PDFs. PDF comes so many different documents. Sometimes you get worksheets in PDF, you get a manual sometimes in PDF and stuff like that. And when they're not accessible, I have to juggle and go through a website that will convert these PDF into a text file for me or make it a accessible PDF. These were early on tools, so they had a little problems as well. Now with recently, I haven't had to do too much of that because now the things I'm doing now is doesn't involve too much PDFs, but sometimes it's a headache dealing with them, but it's a format that is used a lot, when it comes to visual and books and writing and stuff like that, because it can't be changed once it's done. You know what I mean?
Well,
That's
for
Right.
the listeners, Pedro, what is, just for the listeners, PDF, if they don't know?
Oh, I don't know what the abbreviation is, but PDF is the extension of the file. It's the file type. Just like you have an MP3. It's an MP3. It's a song, but
Right.
the file extension is MP3. It's the type of file it is.
Right.
Because you
I
have
think
a
my
WAV file, you have a PDF as a text based PDF. You have rich text that's just .txt, and then you have the word that is x- dot x docs. So you
Mhm.
have different extensions, but a PDF is universally used. because it can't be changed and stuff too as well.
Right. I think it's like a permanent document file or something like that, a picture document file, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, you're like
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
there.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, again, and plus, I mean, let's keep it 100. Especially when we talk about resumes or whatever, they got to be updated from time to time. You know, so.
They do.
You know, again, you don't want to start all over, but again, if you got, you know, your old resume, you can copy it out of that, and, you know, and drop it into like Notepad or whatever, and get rid of the format, update it, and then, you know, save it again as a PDF. Just because, you know, again, a lot of these employers and stuff like that, they prefer to get it as a PDF versus, you know, a Word doc or a text file or something like that, you know. So again, it's just knowing, again, like we talked about in the first article, it's also about knowing how to use your screen readers to do all of this kind of stuff, you know. So, I mean, it's all intertwined, right? So, you know, I mean, again, you can't do one without the other. You gotta have the whole, you know, toolbox,
Yeah,
right?
and I know George is watching, and yes, George, I did not have JAWS to use the OCR for the document, because if I had the OCR with JAWS, I would have done that. My friend, I had a voiceover, and Apple kind of wants you to. The OCR feature is not on the Mac. I had to kind of GitHub that feature into my Mac, and you know, and the thing the thing I appreciate about Freedom Scientific is that they're giving us AI features without updating our computer. For me to receive update AI features on my Mac, I have to buy a brand new Mac.
Oh,
So shout out
wow.
to Freedom Scientific at that in that little sense.
I mean, again, as long as you got a good enough computer, you know, like you say, 16 gigs of RAM and all that kind of stuff, 16 bits of RAM. I'm sorry, I guess I said it wrong the first time, but I might have even said it wrong the second time. But again, as long as you got a computer that has enough, you know, processing power to process all of this stuff, you're a winner. I mean, again, right now, a lot of these computers are being you know, updated and can, you know, the newer ones coming out have the bigger chips and all this other kind of stuff in it to handle all of that AI stuff. So, you know, I mean, again, certain computers, when you know, they won't handle JAWS just because they're not strong enough, right? So you definitely got to have a computer that's strong enough to handle JAWS. And then now they're stepping it up another level to where you got to have a computer that's not only strong enough to handle JAWS, it's got to be strong enough to be able to handle the AI stuff as well. So, and all that's coming down the pipe. I mean, it's right there. You can buy it right now, but you know, if you're trying to be up to date and have, you know, stuff that's going to last, it's better to go ahead and get into that stuff now and then get something that's going to last you. I mean, nothing's going to last forever, but you want to try to get as much, you know, use out of what your purchase as you can, because that's going to keep you from having to buy it, you know, a year from now or whatever, right? So it's just a matter of trying to stay with that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, and you know, the you know, with the possibilities and the horizon that's coming, the tools are just gonna get better. You know, on the Mac, on the Windows side, you know, with the different screen readers and different features it's been having, like NVDA. Although they're a free screen reader, hey, they've been putting in features into their product that's becoming pretty cool, pretty stable. You know,
Right.
and Microsoft out of the box, you could turn on narrator, and hey, narrator got one of the best voices around.
Oh, wow.
You know,
Yeah, for me, I mean, again, I guess it has a lot to do with the fact that I never really learned how to use narrator. I mean, again, when I first started back in 11, narrator was really clunky, and but in today's world, narrator is much better, much
yes,
better.
it's stepping up, and shout out to Microsoft for that. And when a company looks into that and improves their product in the accessibility realm, hey, I like to give shout outs, just like us. Freedom Scientific is bringing these features without obtaining a new computer, you know?
Right.
Right. So, again, again, that's it for today as far as all of this, stuff is concerned. Again, we got a lot of great stuff coming up for you this week. So, please stay tuned. And, as always, in closing, please like, subscribe, share, follow, comment, whatever you can do on whatever platform you're checking us out on. It really, really, really does help. So, with that being said, everybody, please enjoy the rest of your magnificent Monday. And we will definitely be right back at you again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So don't forget to join in and make sure you got that fresh cup of coffee ready to go. We'll talk to you then.